In the twilight sector of the Krellorian expanse, where suns flickered like dying fireflies and wormholes spun webs across reality, the empire of Velethar stood unchallenged. Its rulers were not born, they were engineered. Crafted from eons of precision genetics and brutal conquest, Velethar emperors were as eternal as their obsidian thrones and as cruel as the silence they imposed on the conquered.
No one denied Velethar. Until her.
Kayla Orion was not royalty. She was not a politician, nor a soldier born of noble blood. She was human, from a colony forgotten by cartographers and censored in stellar registries. Outpost Lume ***, a mining station wrapped around the jagged corpse of an asteroid. The people there lived in darkness, scraping or from the bones of dying stars, surviving on dreams and fumes. Kayla was 17 when the Velethari came.
They did not come for war. Not at first.
They came in silver robes and serpent-like ships, offering technology in exchange for loyalty. The governors bowed. The people cheered. And in the shadows, Kayla watched as her world was signed away, piece by piece, until it was no longer hers. Until she was no longer hers. The Emperor of Velethar, Malrith Val Loren, was watching. From across the galactic divide, through crystal mirrors and AI-driven image crawlers, he saw Kayla. Saw her walking through irradiated wind tunnels, her face half buried beneath a breather mask, her eyes burning with fury. The Imperial algorithm flagged her as a statistical anomaly, high charisma, high intelligence, unregistered bloodline.
Malrith sent an envoy. Not for her people. For her.
A proposal disguised as diplomacy. Kayla would be taken to Velethar. She would be elevated, adorned in starlight silks, taught the language of the court.
And in due time, she would be empress.
It was not a request. It was a declaration, a trophy plucked from the rubble of humanity. Kayla did not cry.
She did not scream. She smiled. And accepted. Because she had a plan.
The Palace of Embers, deep within the molten planet of Velethar Prime, was a monument to ego. Walls made of obsidian glass. Floors that pulsed with geothermal veins. Slaves in symphonic chains served feasts no human tongue could pronounce. Kayla walked through it all like a ghost.
She learned the customs.
She memorized the weaknesses. And when Malrith touched her hand and whispered, "You will be the last empress," she smiled again. "Only if you survive me." That night, she found the Vault of Heirs, a forbidden chamber that housed ancient weapons forged from lost empires. No one but Velethar blood had ever opened it. But Kayla wasn't like the others. When she placed her palm on the bioseal, the lock hissed open. Inside, she found it. The Seer Blade. A sentient weapon. A star core encased in myth, said to have burned entire moons into ash. No heir had ever controlled it. Most were disintegrated the moment they tried. Kayla lifted it with one hand.
And it purred. She didn't run. She declared war. The palace burned first.
Malritha's guards were vaporized before they could draw breath. The nobles, drunk on their own immortality, screamed as Kayla walked through the Hall of Crowns, the seer blade glowing red-hot in her grip. Malrith faced her in the Chamber of Stars, wearing armor forged from collapsed neutronium.
"You were made for me," he snarled.
"I was made to end you," she replied. Their battle cracked the core of Velethar Prime. By dawn, the planet's magnetic field had collapsed. Space itself bent to the fury unleashed. Kayla emerged bruised, bloodied, but standing. Malrith lay in ruin, his throne melted into slag, his empire gasping. But Kayla didn't stop. She took the Emperor's ship, the Solstice Vex, and broadcast her message to every corner of the galaxy. "This is not a rebellion. This is reclamation. You took our voices. Now we sing in fire." The slave worlds rose first. Then the subjugated fleets. Even rival empires once terrified by Velethar joined her. Kayla led them all, not as a queen, but as a force of nature. The war lasted 7 cycles. In that time, Kayla rewrote star maps with the scorched trails of burning capital ships. She liberated moons, reprogrammed war AIs, and personally led infiltration raids on cryovaults holding political prisoners. She became myth, then history, then legend.
They called her the Firebound Queen.
The Empress of Ashes. The bride of no one. She never took a lover. Never accepted a crown. She wore scars like armor and carried the seer blade into every battle, even when her bones screamed. When the final helix citadel of Velethar collapsed into a black hole, Kayla watched from orbit. Her face, older now, lined with memory and loss, remained unchanged in resolve. She whispered to the stars. "You asked for my heart. I gave you your reckoning." And then, she vanished. Some say she died aboard the last refugee vessel, shielding a group of children from implosion. Others claim she entered the Seerblade and became part of its flame, forever drifting between suns. What's known is this: no one dares conquer in her name. No empire claims her. And every child taught galactic history learns the day Kayla Orion made the stars themselves kneel. She was no one's gift. She was no one's bride. She was the spark that became a war. And she burned until the galaxy was free.